Good morning. It's your boy Unicorn Rider over here at the Trap House Detail, and I'm going to show you guys how to do a headlight restoration. I got some headlights here I need to restore, so let's get it started. So the things I'm going to use today is we got some wet sanding paper. We have some water. I have my compound and polish, Hexlogic orange pad, Hexlogic white pad. We have a 3-inch disc with a 3-inch interface. You can buy these interfaces at any automotive paint store. And then we're going to be using my 10FX. We're going to change out that backing plate. So what I like to do here is use water. And you're going to use water to spray it all over the lens of the headlight. And then you're going to take your heavier sanding paper first, which is the 3000 grit, and you're going to start sanding away at the surface. I like to use my hand first because it definitely does get a little more off versus using the sanding disc. Like, you're able to get into more of the tighter areas that normally the sanding disc won't get into. So just go ahead and do this until you get all that milky stuff off. Don't forget to rinse your headlights as you're working them to remove any of that old plastic that's on there. That's very important, as you don't want to just keep working with a dirty surface. Now, I definitely did not want to make an extra long video. So right now what you're seeing is I've already compounded the lens with the orange Hexlogic pad. And right now I'm going to do the final step, which is the finishing polish with the white polish pad. I know it looks a little red, but that pad has been seasoned. So, but that is a white Hexlogic pad. So you want to go ahead and dab on the polish onto the lens. Try not to don't try to beat on it, just enough to just kind of spread it out. Doing these headlights outside of the car was actually pretty hard. Like, it was kind of hard to grab and stuff, so it was just really awkward. I don't recommend you doing this outside of the car unless you have like a dedicated workbench that you can kind of strap down the headlight. But once you start to polish, just go ahead and run the polisher over the lens a few times and make sure you break down that polish so that you can get a really good finish. All right, so we finished our wet sanding, our compounding, and our polishing. Now we're moving on to sealing the headlights. I like to use Jet Seal. It provides a pretty good protection for the headlights. I've done quite a few, some over a year old already with no yellowing. So I just like to put a little Jet Seal on our microfiber applicator, and I just spread it out evenly, making sure there's no big globs left over, because then it makes it difficult to wipe. I do the same thing to the other headlight, and I let it cure for 20 minutes. I let it sit on there, I set a timer, and let it dry up for 20 minutes, and then wipe it off. So now we're just gonna wipe down the Jet Seal. It's cured for like 20 minutes, and you just wipe it down with microfiber cloth. You wipe it down, and who's that looking marvelous? All right, so that's how you do that. It's Unicorn Rider. We're back at the Trap House Detail. We just finished doing the lights, right? There you go. What do you think?
I love them.
Yeah, how were they before?
Oh, they were jacked up, man.
All right, so he's gonna go throw him on his G37, and he says he's gonna go out to Mexico and gap everybody. So keep an eye out for him. All right, peace. So just a quick little recap of what I used. The headlights are done already. Customer picked them up. He's happy with them. Um, Basically, we used a polisher. My choice was 10FX. We used a 3-inch, 3.5-inch head. No, yeah, 3.5-inch head, 3-inch head. We with the 3-inch head, we use this little interface, and the interface helps contour on some of the lights that have, you know, little bulges or bends and things like that. We used 3D. I think it's AT. Let's see. 3D AAT wet sanding system, 1500, and then 3000. And I cut the little discs. I cut them into little discs so they could fit on that interface. We polished it. We compounded with ACA 500. Moved to ACA 520. And for the 520, I used it on the Hex Logic Orange, and for the 500, for the 500, I used it on this. So the compound, I used it on the Hex Logic Orange, and I used the finishing polish on the white. This one's already trashed though. It's already torn. This one's been through its paces, so off to the trash you go. And just a water bottle so that you can keep everything nice and lubricated, finished off with Jet Seal. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Peace out.